Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to part 3 of getting into PC gaming. Now, before I get started with this video, I just want to talk a little bit about part 1 and part 2 of this series of videos. Now, a lot of you, the commenters in those videos have been disagreeing with each other, going back and forth on their opinions, and I'm okay with that. It's all subjective, it's all opinion-based, and the commenters are allowed to reply back to each other. I have no problem with that. The only thing I have a problem with is some of you PC gamers, and I haven't seen any of you console guys doing this, and, you know, it makes sense. Most of my subscribers are PC guys, so those are the guys commenting. But a lot of you guys really need to grow up. Why are you guys calling console gamers fat asses, that they have no IQ, that they're morons? Please, just stop. I don't want to see any of that shit. Just please stop. If you can't, you know, eloquently speak, then don't speak at all, because it's really just rude, and I don't really want to see any of that shit. If I see any more comments like that, and it was really one guy in particular, I saw commenting on part 1, I believe, and part 2, and he was just being a complete asshole replying to this console gamer, and I just was disgusted, making him, like, he was making a bad impression on what PC gamers are, and that's why, you know, a lot of the mainstream audience sees PC gamers as these nerds that never leave their house and are so obsessed with video games. I'm really tired of that, and please, just all of you guys, just be eloquent with what you're saying. Just use facts to back up what you're saying, and don't just insult people, because that's, first of all, rude, that's unprofessional, and that's moronic, because, you know, you're just making all PC gamers that look bad. And I want to say that it's a very minute amount of you. It's probably 5 to 10% of you, but those 5 to 10% are, you know, basically the unpopular opinion, and they're trying to use their voice louder and making more comments. So please stop, guys. Just be, you know, just be civil about it. Don't insult other people. That's kind of wrong over video games and entertainment. That's really just messed up, honestly. So let's get straight into part 3. Enough of that. Just please, no more of that, you know, straight up shit talking to other people. I mean, I know I shit talk in games, but that's more for fun. I mean, you guys are doing this as this mean-spirited way, which I never do. I never try to be mean-spirited. And yeah, I'm already 2 minutes into this video, and let's get straight into this with part 3, the decision. And this is going to be one of the most important parts, the decision between console gaming and PC gaming. Now, I can help you guide you on where you want to go, but at the end of the day, the decision is going to be up to you on whether or not you want to go with console or whether you want to go with PC. Now, most of you probably already have a console and are looking to convert into PC. I usually don't see it the other way around. I don't think I've ever seen it the other way around, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be up to you. I can guide you, but I can't make that decision for you. You're going to have to make that decision on your own. I can just give you a few bullet points on each side. We're going to start right now with the consoles. Now, the key thing about consoles that I think a lot of people are drawn to is the plug-and-play experience. When you buy a console, you're just going to take it out of the box, you're going to most likely just plug it in, and you're off on your way. You're going to be able to play your games, you're going to be able to play online after you make an account, and it's pretty easy to set up. I don't think any, you know, Joe Schmo can really mess it up, unlike the PC, where there are some hurdles to jump through, like installing Windows, buying pre-built or custom. I'll get into that later, but with the console, it's more plug-and-play. You just pop in a CD, you're playing, there's really no hurdles to jump through 95% of the time. Sometimes you get a really bad, you know, just developers don't know how to make games, and, you know, they make pretty bad games, and they need day 1 patches, stuff like that, but that's really not the console's fault, again. But yeah, most of the time it's gonna be, you know, you pop in a game, you're gonna be able to play it really easily, and that's it. Now, the second thing I want to say is that it's very affordable. Now, while you can build a PC that's the same price as a PS4, $400, you can build a PC for that. The problem is that PC is going to be needed to upgrade throughout this generation. If this generation lasts as long as last generation, it's going to be 8 years long. That's how long last generation was roughly about. So let's stretch this PC over the course of 8 years. Over the course of 8 years, you're going to have to upgrade that CPU. You're going to have to upgrade that motherboard. You're going to have to upgrade that graphics card. You're probably going to want to buy another new PC during that stretch of generation. With a console, you don't have to do that. Chances are, most likely, if the console doesn't crap out, you're going to be able to stick with that one console for the whole generation. And I know a lot of people with the PS3 that were able to stick with the PS3 the whole generation. I know the Xbox 360, there were like 50 red ring of deaths, but that's beside the point. They eventually got it right, but that's the thing with consoles. Most of the time, you know, the console, you're going to be able to play that all generation. And with a PC, you are going to have to upgrade, because it does, the parts, say, let's take a look at a graphics card that came out at 2005, the same time that the Xbox 360 came out. A graphics card that came out in 2005 cannot play Battlefield 3, while an Xbox 360 can. Now, granted, the Xbox 360 plays Battlefield 3 very poorly, but that's besides the point. It still plays the game, still plays it, it's still playable. It's not god-awful, and, you're still going to be able to play a game. And that's the real main key points for consoles. It's really accessible to anyone. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the world to use a console, or you don't have to do a lot of research. But moving on to the PC, which I think a lot of you guys are interested about. Now, if you're a really hardcore gamer and you really like to enjoy games and you're really trying to take it to the next level, a PC is the only way to go, because let's be real. If you're spending $700-800 on a PC, which I highly recommend, that's like the range of money I recommend people spend on a PC. $700-800, you're not going to overspend, you're not going to underspend. You're going to get a really kick-ass machine that can play the latest titles at 1080p at really good frame rates. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to run circles around next-generation consoles, or even current-generation consoles, even more so. Games like Witcher 2 and games like Battlefield 3, they look absolutely stunning on a PC compared to their Xbox 360 and PS3 equivalents. And if you're really looking for the ultimate experience, PC is the only way to go, because you're going to be getting the best frame rates, you're going to be getting the best graphic settings, and you're going to be having more options, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But PC gaming really has the best graphics, really has the best performance, and playing a game at 1080p 60 frames per second, it's something else. And I know those people that have played consoles and have then played PC at 1080p 60 frames per second can attest to how much of a leap it is and how much of a jump it is. When you play a game at 1080p and 60 frames per second, it's really hard to go back to consoles. Actually, a story I'm going to tell right now. I was playing Battlefield 3, and just for shits and giggles, I have a PlayStation Plus membership on PS3, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to download Battlefield 3 on PS3. Played that game for all of 5 minutes because I was about to rip my eyes off because I'm so used to the PC version. That looks amazing, performs so well, and it's just breathtakingly superior compared to the PS3 equivalent. Now, a huge thing that's getting glossed over when you have the console and PC debate is online play. For the PS4 now, you're going to have to pay to play online. Now, a lot of people don't even know this. A lot of casual gamers I've talked around to my friends, that are more casual gamers, they don't even know about this. They're like, awesome, PS4 is cheaper and you don't have to pay for online. Well, you do. $50 a year for PlayStation Plus now. Granted, PlayStation Plus is an awesome service, but that still doesn't, grant the fact that you're supposed to spend $50 to access half of a game's features. I really don't agree with pay-to-play online. That's what's great about PC, at least up until now. Steam isn't pay-to-play online. It's a free service, and you have VoIPs like Skype, that you can use while playing a game, and you can cross-game chat. It's like cross-game chat is so new to the PS4. It's been existent on the PC for years now, and, people are acting as if it's this revolutionary thing when PC's been ahead. And yeah, if you do the math, PS4 Online, $50 a year. Over the course of 8 years, you're going to be spending $400 to play online. Granted, you're going to be getting a lot of kick-ass titles because PlayStation Plus is an awesome service that's, like I said before, it's still not granted that you have to pay to play online. I just don't agree with that aspect at all. Because guess what? There is a group of people that just like to play a certain, a first-person shooter and sports games, and they don't really give a shit about the free games. They also have to pay to play online, which really sucks, and that really sucks for them, and that's unfortunate, but that's gonna be the way it's gonna be on consoles next generation, but not on PC because Steam is such an awesome platform. Now, another great thing about PC is the multimedia aspects. Now, whenever you're getting tired of a game, on a console, you're just going to turn the console off, and you really don't have anything else to do. Granted, they have been adding more and more features like Netflix, PS3 has a garbage internet browser, PS4 is adding Twitch and stuff like that, more multimedia functions, which is good. Let's be honest, guys. Is it really going to compare to what a PC can do multimedia-wise? Definitely not, considering a PC can edit videos, it can edit images, browse the internet, watch movies, all these stuff, and on and on and on and on. It's a never-ending list of what you can do with a PC. There's no way a PS4 is going to have all those, options on hand. I mean, it's... apparently PS4 is going to have a video editor. I highly doubt that it's going to be as robust as something like Adobe or Sony Vegas, so really don't be expecting that. I really actually read forums that people think Sony Vegas is going to come built in on the PS4, which is just, oh my god, why do people even think this? Sony Vegas with a controller? I don't understand why people think this, but moving on. PC just has a lot more multimedia options compared to the consoles. While consoles are catching up, it still pales in comparison compared to the PC. Alright, and that's about it that I'm gonna cover in this video for each side. And I know there's a lot more, guys. It would take a 10-hour video to cover everything, and I really can't do that. But just know, for PC, it's more of a do-it-yourself thing. Unless you're buying a pre-built, which please don't, you're going to be wasting a lot of money. You're going to have to learn a lot of things. You're going to have to, you know, jump through a couple hurdles, you know, building your PC, installing Windows, you know, get used to keyboard and mouse, things like that. You're going to have to get used to things, you know, downloading games, you know, downloading drivers, things like that. You're going to have to get used to it. There's a couple hurdles to jump through, and when games don't perform as well as you want, and not because of your hardware, but because, you know, it's the game's problem. You're gonna have to look online for fixes. You're gonna have to test several things. That's not really the case with consoles, because consoles, everything runs with the same hardware, and it's basically a plug-and-play experience, like I said previously in the video. And it's basically kind of, I don't want to say it in, you know, insultive terms, but it's for, you know, a more lazy gamer. I don't want to say the word lazy because that sounds so derogatory, but I just want to say lazy. It's more for a lazy gamer that really doesn't want to, you know, take the extra initiative, which there's nothing wrong with that. You're paying for a service. You shouldn't have to jump through all of these things. It's okay to be lazy in that aspect. I just can't think of another word. It's okay to be lazy in that aspect, and that's where a console comes in handy. It's basically plug and play, and there's really no hurdles to jump through, and you're basically popping a game, you're playing. On a PC, that's the case most of the times now with Steam, but still, it's not as at the point where it needs to be to compete with consoles. And even then, like I said, it's more of a do-it-yourself kind of thing, unless you're buying a pre-built, which even then there's going to be hurdles to jump through, like games not performing the way you want to. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Again, it's up to you. Do you want to do it yourself? Do you want to create the ultimate gaming experience? Or do you just want to have a gaming experience that's pretty good and you don't really have a lot of things to worry about? That's up to you, not my decision. I'm a PC gamer, but again, that's because PC gaming fits my preferences. I'm willing. I learned everything about PC gaming. That took me a little while, but trust me, guys, if you do take the time and learn, if you do it the right way, you guys are going to really enjoy it. If you don't rush it, you're really going to enjoy PC gaming. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys, and stay tuned for part 4, where I will compare buying a pre-built PC to a custom PC. And yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.